So our agenda for today, we will start off with a couple of announcements. I found a access portal for Office 365 for students in the classroom material. So I'm just going to show y'all where you can access that in case anybody needs to access Office through your CTU account, which is free. So that's handy. So I'm going to change my share real quick and just pull up the virtual classroom. And I'm not sure how different this access might be on the app. If you're using the app, it might be a little bit different. So, but this is if you log in through the internet for the portal here. If you click on your home button, so this is not within a single classroom, but it's in the home button where it shows all your classes. At the bottom of that, it has announcements. These are a lot of resources and seminars and things like that that you can attend through Zoom, for example, through CTU. This one, which is actually what reminded me to think about the Office 365, is an announcement on using Draft Coach to improve your writing skills. This is something that you can use right from within Microsoft Word through Office 365. So this is a really great tool. If you're having trouble with punctuation or grammar or anything like that, this is going to automatically help you with that. So I highly recommend checking that out. And then, so in mine, it shows it under the faculty access, but under yours, it should be on the left-hand side. There will be a button that says, let me see what it says, hang on. I've got it hidden, I've got too many tabs open. Student Success Center. So the Student Success Center will take you here, and there's all kinds of resources in here that you can use for different things. There's also specific centers for the Writing Center, the Math Center, Science. But the one that I want to call your attention to right now is this one here, which is the Microsoft Office Center. So if you click on that, it will take you to the Microsoft Office Center, which is where you can access the Microsoft 365, which allows you to access Word, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Project, and OneDrive. And you might use different ones of these through different courses as you're at CTU, but you get an account to have these activated on your computer free by being a student at CTU. So this is something that's hugely beneficial. These can be quite expensive to access it on your own. So I just wanted to show you that. So this is where you would access the portal for this, which is the Microsoft Office 365 portal. In order to access that, you go to this link, the Microsoft online account, and then you're going to log into that with your CTU email and the same password that you use to log into your virtual campus. And then it also has a tutorial if you're using Google Docs online. It also has a tutorial on how to download from Google Docs and be able to submit that in the correct format to your classes. And then your book doesn't really talk about pH a lot. I'm trying to remember if it's in there, but there's some videos and resources in your SCI103 virtual classroom under the Unit 2. If you go to the books and resources, there's some videos in there that explain pH, but I wanted to just briefly go over it real quick. Even more water. It's used in almost every single chemical reaction in our body. And when we talk about pH, pH is a measure of hydrogen ion concentration. And when water interacts with different elements in our body, it causes it to dissociate. So we have our hydrogens are the yellow, our oxygens the red. And as it's undergoing chemical reactions, it's going to release a hydrogen sometimes, and then sometimes it's going to bond to loose hydrogens. When it does that, the hydroxide, the O and the 1H, keeps its electron. It doesn't let that electron go with the hydrogen that it originally had. So that's why the hydrogen ions are positively charged. It's just a proton. There's no electron to counterbalance that positive charge. And so when we talk about pH, that's how many hydrogen ions are free in the solution. And I have a couple of links to videos that give you some information on that. This one is Bozeman Science, Mr. Anderson's, one of my favorite YouTube video on biology and physiology and chemistry and all kinds of stuff like that. But if this will be in the PDF that I send, so you can refer to this if this helps you with your SCI103. I always send this out to all of my SCI103 students. But this is the pH scale. So 7 is neutral on the pH scale. This would be distilled water, which means that the number of hydroxide ions and hydrogen ions is equal. Anything lower than 7 on the pH scale, all the way down to 0, so anything under 7, is going to be an acid on the pH scale. The closer it gets to 0, the stronger the acid is. So at 0, it's going to be a strong acid. At 6, it's going to be a weak acid. And then anything, so there's going to be a higher hydrogen ion concentration as you go down towards 0. And then anything above 7 on the pH scale, 8 up to a max of 14, is going to be an alkaline, which we also call a base. So base or alkaline are used interchangeably. And as we go towards 14, you're going to have a stronger and stronger base. So for example, so my clock went away. Bleach is a very strong base. And that is also something that you wouldn't want to just put on your skin because it's going to cause damage. And then on the bottom, stand by, Lawrence, 1 second, I see your hand. I have some examples of acids and bases, which you can also see up here on the pH scale, and then their common attributes. So these you can use if that helps you with your Unit 2 individual project for SCI103.